Yeah, don't mind the mess. You know, my garage, it is definitely in need of a cleanup. I just got stuff everywhere. Alright, YouTubers, good morning. You found do it yourself, do it right. I'm Dave. And if you're not FNGs, you know, I got my Ford shirt on. Y'all know what that means. We are gonna be working. We're back on the old Ford. Got a fuel filter, some fuel line. You know, gonna get her uncovered and hopefully started. I can move it back a little bit, give me a little room, put that fuel filter and whatnot in there, and you know, might take her for a test drive, depending. You know, kind of scared. Last time she was out, she left me stranded. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it right now. So as you can see, got the cover off from it. You know, I have not touched the car since, you know, it broke down in my last video with it in it, the disastrous cars and coffee. Link to that video around here somewhere above my head. So this is gonna be an absolute cold start. I haven't even popped the hood. I'm just gonna get in there. I'm gonna give her some pump action, and we'll see if she fires up. If she fires up, I'm gonna back her. I'm gonna back her out underneath the shade tree. You know, out there. It doesn't really look shady because we're in the garage, but trust me, it's shady. Kind of like the maintenance I'm probably gonna perform. Just kidding. Just putting a filter in, a fuel filter, and some more hose. You know, trying to make it look a little better. I'm gonna take that little valve out, just run it straight. I should be able to see if there's gas going through the filter. So yeah, let's jump in real quick. And I mean, you know, that sounds good. We're gonna give her a few pumps. Well, maybe a little bit more than a few. Give her a few more. Give her a, you know, a scotch more. Usually she fires off by now. Hey, there we go. I was starting to worry there. I was thinking maybe there was no fuel. Maybe she wasn't getting fuel. So she fired up though. Sounds decent. I'm gonna roll the windows down. Oh no! There it goes. That window is giving me fits. So no, these old loose connections. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna back her out, and I'll bring you back when she's backed out. You know, it's close. You know, close quarters getting this big girl out of the garage, and you know, I gotta pay attention. I can't be fumbling around with a camera. So I'll bring you back when she's outside. All right, well, you know, we're outside. We're gonna show you how I left it a couple weeks ago now, I think. You know, I did the right thing. You know, I went ahead and put a little fuel pumper bulb thing in line to prime it. And it's still there, as you can see. Still there. So, you know, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna keep it though. I might actually just keep it in the car in case, you know, in case this happens again. You know, you never know. You never know when you might run across a fuel feed pump problem. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and you know, get these clamps off, get this fuel line off. I'm gonna put the fuel filter down here, you know, in between the fuel line, the hard line, and the pump. It just, you know, it makes me feel better to have a filter pre-pump. You know, it does have a new fuel tank, but I didn't change the fuel lines going from the tank to, you know, right here. I didn't change those fuel lines. So there might be still some gobbledygook garbage in those lines working its way loose. So I'm gonna have a pre-pump filter, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the filter, and we're gonna get started. So I gathered up what I think I'm gonna need. You know, I got a, you know, little set of pliers, you know, long handled reach down in there, and here's the fuel filter. You know, I got the plastic see-through kind, so I can tell if there's, you know, if it's getting gas. Flat tip, some more fuel line, some gloves, you know, because I don't want my hands smelling like gas. You know, I just don't really like, you know, I don't want that. And then of course, you know, I got a trusty old plastic bin as my workbench today. You know, we had a yard sale and we didn't sell much, but I got a bin, so just haven't put it back where it belongs. So it's now a workbench, not a plastic bin. So gonna set you up, like I said, in there, and you know, we're gonna do some work. Alright, so I got you set up as best as I could so you can see my pretty face and, you know, what I'm working on. I'm gonna put my gloves on. You know, one Cars and Coffee video that I had out, the link will be, you know, up here somewhere. We were having breakfast, and one of the waitress girls, she complimented me on my tripod. And, you know, at the time, you know, we're an older bunch of fellows, and we were just kind of like, what? Nice tripod. And now I understand why she was complimenting me. This little tripod thing that I got, man, it's bendable, it's flexible, and man, it's kind of nice, actually. You know, I can hook you guys right here on the fender, and you stay put. So, you know, kudos to her. She knew what she was talking about before I even knew what she was talking about. So I guess, you know, she appreciated it before I did. So first things first, I'm gonna rip this bulb off. I should probably go back up there and, you know, let her know, hey, now I know what you're talking about. So it is a nice little tripod. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. Well, I was like, what? Nice tripod. That's kind of weird, but whatever. And then subsequently, I walked out of the coffee shop without my camera, and they were nice enough to bring it to me. So, you know, I'll definitely be going back to that one. Going back to that Cars and Coffee, I should say. Well, that doesn't sound good. Just making some weird noises. Alright, these little squeezy clamps way down here. Now we'll just take that off. I don't really think it was holding much. And there we go. We got gasoline. Probably gonna spill that all over the place, but Who knows? In with the new fuel tubing. You know, got this from O'Reilly's, you know, because my son works there. Oh boy. And of course, well, that might actually work. You may have gotten the wrong size. Let me take a look, see at the other line. Oh yeah. Well, that's that. That's the bigger line there. That's that line. That, I don't want this to leak out. Yeah. That's affirmative. We got the wrong fuel size, the fuel hose size. Dagnabbit. Alright folks, so in my hoard of fuel line, fuel tubing, and filters, I think that I'm going to be able to make this work. I'm just going to have to take this line off and then splice in the new filter, and then, you know, I'll have to splice it in from there to there. I could just go get some more fuel tubing, but that's time and money. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to make do with what I have. Probably gonna get me in the same situation I was, you know, broke down alongside the road and, you know, needing somebody to come rescue me. But, you know, that's how I roll. Sometimes anyway. Sometimes, you know, I don't roll at all because I'm broken down. And let's see, let's yank this line off. And we're gonna yank this line. This line off, maybe? Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. This, hey. That one's on there. Kind of crazy because I just put it on there. A couple weeks ago, that is. Oh, there she goes. Now she's off. I'm gonna splice it all in here with this tube. No, cut it long enough for a filter. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go get my my razor for that. All right, so back here out on my workbench, aka plastic bin, just gonna go ahead and cut this to fit. So I have, you know, rubber on both sides. I'm gonna do some precise measuring. Yeah, right about there. And right about here. So this is obviously our little extra piece. This guy goes on here. That's a tight fit for sure. And then this one goes on here. And we'll just shove her in there without trying to break it. Here we go. Yeah, it's a tight fit. It's definitely not gonna leak. Unless I break the plastic and then it'll leak. there we go. That's what's gonna go down on the bottom. Let's go ahead and throw her in. I did go ahead and throw the little clampy doos on each end of the filter, and you know, I don't know if you guys know, you should, but just to point it out, on these filters they have little arrows. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. It says to the carburetor. You know, you want it to go, you want it to flow in the correct direction. You know, this one's not exactly going straight to the carburetor. It's gonna go to the fuel pump, but it's still the same route, same direction, same fuel flowage in the same general vicinity. So I'm gonna throw her down here, pop that guy on the fuel line, pop this guy over here on that fuel line, and now we have we have an interference problem there, which we'll fix, I guess. And there we go there, and turn that way. I don't know if you guys can really get a good view of what I just did, but there you go. Fuel flowage that way. Got my clamp, my little clamp, and then here's my little hose clamps to tighten her down. So that should work out pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my flat tip on there and tighten them down. This flat tip seen better days. You know, it's jumped a solenoid or 50, you know, in its lifetime. So she's a little beat up, but yeah, let's just go ahead and tighten these little guys down. Not too tight, because you don't want to dig into that rubber. You know, you don't want to mess the rubber up. That prevents leakage. So just snug, just enough where it won't, you know, it won't pull off. Give her a snug here, give her a tug there. Oh yeah, she's good to go. She's nice and secure now. You know, you definitely don't want leakage with your rubber tubing. So there you go, there you have it. New fuel filter installed, and now I'm gonna have to cobble another fuel line to go from here to here. I'm actually thinking about just throwing another little filter in there, because the line that I have, it's a little short. So, you know, 2 filters, why not? Alright guys, so this is what I've put together. You know, I got a fuel filter, a little one, a little hose, longer hose to reach from the bottom to the top. If you're wondering why I'm really going through all this trouble, I'm actually experimenting to see if I have a fuel pump issue. I did take the fuel pump out and clean it. I didn't have a rebuild kit. I just cleaned the fuel pump and all that good stuff. I have an idea. I think my pump is, you know, it's weak or something. So I'm just kind of cobbling all this together to really see if I'm having a fuel pump issue. So I'm gonna throw this in, start the car, see if it'll, you know, start pumping, see if it'll draw the fuel. I think I have an issue, and that's the reason why I put the little fuel pumpy bulb thing in there to, you know, to get it going. So let's go ahead and throw this line in. And, you know, we're gonna try and set you guys up somewhat so you can see, maybe not. So this one's gonna go down here on the pump outlet. Just shove her down on there. And then this comes up here. Over here, really. I'll get you over here so you can see it. This is the line that goes to the carburetor. We're gonna get that on there, maybe, somehow. Shove it up there far enough. It's a little bit long right now, but like I said, I'm just trying to see if the fuel pump will do what it's supposed to do, and that is, you know, get the fuel sucking from the tank. Make sure all my little vacuum hoses and stuff are where they're supposed to be. And we're gonna go ahead and twist on that key. It should start because it's got fuel in the carburetor, but the test is, will it suck the fuel as, you know, as it's running off that little bit of fuel in the carburetor. Gonna go ahead and hit the key and see if she'll start. I'm just gonna reach in from the window, you know, do it the old school way. And she starts. Watch for fuel. Fuel in the front builder. We got fuel up here. Well, maybe the fuel pump is actually working. I mean, that filled up pretty quickly. So maybe my issue that morning, maybe it was that filter, you know. You watch that video at the end, all the way to the end. You know, you gotta watch the videos all the way to the end. Sometimes I put little clips after the, you know, this will do it for this video today, blah, blah, blah thing that I do. You gotta watch all the way past that. I had the filter and it was rattling. And you know, it wasn't, you know, they're not supposed to rattle. So I'm gonna let this thing run. I'm gonna check for fuel leaks, and then we'll throw her out on the road, see, you know, see if she's gonna run right or stay running. So I'll bring you back. All right, folks. Well, no leaks. I did go ahead and grab up everything that I think I might need in case I get stranded again, to include my phone, to phone a friend or rescue truck or somebody. But it seems to be running quite fine. Just gonna go quick around the neighborhood real quick, like, you know, just in case, you know, if she quits, I'm not far from home. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get in. Let's go for a ride. All right, we're in the car. I do have a question for all you, you know, for all you old timers at work, or young guys, who knows, that works on these old Y blocks. I did go ahead and put a set of gauges in here just to, you know, for peace of mind. Is it normal that your car will sit and your oil pressure goes down to about there on an idle? And then pops up, you know, I don't know. Go ahead and put that down in the block. You know, that's it gets a little concerning when you're sitting at a stoplight that your oil pressure goes that far down. But you know, when you're driving, it's just you know, it's normal. It goes up. So let me know if I have a problem. That, you know, that's a good question. Here we go. Like I said, just a quick little around the neighborhood. Whoa. Need some power steering. If any of you guys know where there's you know, power steering for this old girl, you know, put that down in the block. Oh, gonna pull out in front of the old Charger. He's got brakes. Speaking of brakes, still got to work on the brakes. At least they're not yanking me to one side like they were before. You know, at least now both of them, both of the front ones anyways, you know, they're working together. They're, you know, but I still got to pump them, you know, still got to, I don't know if that's a mechanical brake thing or what, but you know, you really gotta pump on him. Well, he said he's turning. We'll make sure he's turning. I think I'm going to take her all the way down to the church. We're going to live dangerously. See, now the gauge is up to 60, so that's, you know, that seems normal. Still no speedometer. Gotta get a speedo cable still. Well, we made it to the church. All seems well. I gave her a little bit of onions on the way, you know, straight away. Seems to be running fine. Guess you know, hopefully it was that filter. Hopefully we got it fixed. We're back in the neighborhood. All seems well. I'm hoping that it was that filter. Maybe blocked it. Maybe blocked the fuel flow somehow. I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Gotta drive it, you know. You gotta drive them. I could tell my girlfriend with her scooter, you just gotta drive it, you know. Stuff when stuff sits, it doesn't want to work right, you know. So just gotta drive it. Gotta keep them going. You know, get them old cars out of the garage. Get the old bikes. And, you know, scooters, if that's your thing. But yeah, almost back to the house. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. You know, back in the driveway. I shut her down, you know, so I could sit and admire it. You know, admire both of those beautiful Ford products. You know, I grew up, my dad, you know, he's a Ford guy. They own Fords still to this day. They literally just went out and bought a new, I believe it's an Escape. Yes, I believe it's an Escape. You know, they have a Focus. They have a Fusion. You know, so they're Ford people. And you know, growing up, they've always had Fords. You know, Fords and Mercurys, I guess you'd say. So I guess it's, I don't know, hereditary, maybe. I don't know. When I was looking for a new little sports car, I really wasn't even paying attention to the Mustang. You know, I kind of got turned on to the Mustang when I went to a dealership. I actually went in to look at a BMW M4, and the guy was like, well, let's take this Mustang for a ride while we figure out if that BMW M4 is for sale. And yeah, when I did that, I was sold. Now the one that they had, it had those Recaro racing seats, and boy, let me tell you, those suckers are not comfortable. So I did what I always do when I look to buy a new toy. You know, I started researching, and that's when I found the California Special package. I mean, I knew about the package, but that's when I found this car with the California Special package. So, you know, I bought it, obviously, sitting there in my garage. But yeah, just, you know, look at those two, beauties. You know, I'm a sucker for black and white. You know, I got a black and white Harley. I've got a black Harley. You know, so it's only natural. I got a black one, black Mustang. And then, you know, this is obviously my dad's. So, yeah, you know how they say, like, your parents, you know, people don't want to be like their parents. Well, you know, you eventually end up being like your parents. So, here we are. Cars. My dad's not into motorcycles, but, you know, you gotta be different somehow. Anyways, so yeah, there you have it. New fuel filter. Actually, I put 2 in. Eventually I'll probably take that little one out and just run a straight fuel line up there. But for now, you know, we'll run the dual filters. So I think hopefully that was the problem. If you guys have any comments, maybe something that I hadn't thought about. I thought about maybe it's a vapor lock-in, maybe a vapor locked or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys got any comments, you know, check this, check that, put it down the block, you know, anything. You know, I'm willing to look at anything, try anything. So anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this video. You know, the old Ford. There's a bunch more coming stuff. You know, I gotta find a speedometer cable for it, and I still gotta work on the headliner. A bunch of other stuff. The Mustang, you know, a couple things. I'm gonna do an oil change. Still haven't done an oil change. I sitting there saying that, you know, my girlfriend should ride her scooter, but I don't even really drive the Mustang that much, you know, to work on Fridays. That's about it. So, and on the weekends here and there. But anyways, a couple more things coming on that. I want to put the strut kit for the windshield, or not windshield, for the hood. You know, so it just goes up and, you know, stays up. And an oil change, gotta do that. But other than that, yeah, like I said, gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys are having a good Labor Day weekend. You know, thanks to everybody that's out there working, you know, paying their taxes, doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's much appreciated. And you know, thank you everybody that's you know, on my channel, watching my videos. You know, that's also much appreciated. Give me thumbs up, you know, all that good stuff. But as always, till next time, thanks a lot.